And we're live, so here we go. It's game number 3 in the challenge standings. It's round 1 of the 5th Blitz pit. We got Crucifer in purple chest. Crucifer, much better known for playing Chaos Dwarfs. He's not really a dwarf coach, but he's trying them out here. Purple chest, of course, plays not exclusively dwarfs, but quite a lot of dwarfs. So yeah, how do you use guard? Well, the first thing you do is have guard on every single player, and then you don't have to worry about positioning. Normally, you're a little more worried when you only have 1 or 2. We'll switch the view because it looks like, yeah, it looks like Crucifer is going to start on offense. Perfect defense is usually pretty strong when you're dwarfs. If that kick stays in bounds, it's going to be a pain in the ass because he can load up here. But you won't want to overcommit too much because there's a decent chance that this ball scatters somewhere back this way and becomes a touchback, and in which case you don't really want your whole team stuck over here while this guy's got the ball and is running this way. Obviously, you do want to put a couple people here. One thing you'll note, neither team has taken stand firm on anybody. Often that's something you see dwarf teams. Well, usually it's a second skill after guard on all your longbeards, but skill stacking is somewhat limited. You only have so much that you can buy in this 1370 TV. But it would be nice to have had a stand firm guy tucked over here somewhere in case the ball ended up here. But it did not. Not a problem. PC is not put too much into the side committing, so he's totally fine. He's also been able to shift his line of scrimmage off this way. He's still getting blocks, but he's away from the two palm men, so that'll be nice. I think Crucifer would want to, take this guy, swing him back, because the ball is going to come up this way. And the game is almost certainly going to turn into just a big old clusterfuck where everybody's basing everybody and doing blocks like that accomplish nothing. One of these two guys is probably going to end up a little exposed. Well, maybe not too much. Troll Slayer will have problems if he doesn't get a knockdown. And he does not, so he's going to have to eat a block. That won't make Crucifer all that happy. But he's kind of shunted a guy off to the side here. I feel like this is a little thin in the middle. We've got 5 players all the way over here. A couple of guys here that might get knocked down. Dwarf's not really fast enough to exploit that too much, but if you can kind of wedge in the middle, that might not be too bad. Obviously, you don't want your guys getting surfed. Dwarfs don't get removed that often, and surf is one good way to do that. But if he's going to have something like a 5-on-3 fight over here on the side, I think he'd rather just be in the middle. Unfortunately, these guys weren't able to accomplish quite as much as they would have liked. And now they're just in a big wall. The one thing Crucifer is not going to do is change sides at this point. PC going for the reroll, trying to get the knockdown on the Troll Slayer to protect his guy. Was not fortunate enough to do it. So he may have some problems losing that player. But there's really nowhere for Crucifer to go. So I guess just protect the ball, leave it where it is, and then see if you can maybe remove a guy with the Troll Slayer. It shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, there are 2 guards here, so you're going to need a lot of assists to get through this way. But you can bring another player around if you need to and push him out. That might even be your Blitz, because that way you push him the second time, you followed with your Troll Slayer, and then he still has movement left.
Everybody, if you've got enough money to sub to 2 people, after you've subbed to me, sub to BZL.
Glorious Blitz Pit.
Thank you very much, Mr. Satterfield. Thank you for your continuing support. You're pushing 2 whole years. 2 whole years. That's pretty amazing. What the hell am I doing with my life that I've spent 2 years broadcasting Blood Bowl games? Alright, so it's just blitz and reposition and surf this guy. And the way he's done it is pretty good, because now it's this fellow is relatively safe. Not completely. I guess if you follow here, you're pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4 this way to surf the Troll Slayer back. But I don't think you'll want to do that with this player. Also, there won't be any assists. But red dice for surf is not the worst odds in the world. And maybe you can just dodge out afterwards. So that's a bit of a greedy play, but it's on. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 red dice, dodge back. This player would have to move first somewhere, of course. He just base over here, so then you can GFI back if you have to. Meanwhile, Crucifer is getting pushed out this way. His ball is based, so he's got ball-based issues, and he certainly can't go to the right. There is so many dwarfs here. A few of them will maybe come this way. And yeah, okay. We're just going to keep the pressure on. That seems all right. While all these players here were dedicated to getting rid of a player, Purple Chest just removes a player in the middle and is much more ball-focused. So it's nice that you can surf a man, but you've got to worry about the ball a little bit too. It's a power apple on turn 2 to save your KO. I don't mind that at all. It's not like this drive is going to end anytime too quickly. And keeping a guard Longbeard around is good. So it's a bit of an L screen, but it's a very solid one. There's not much that Crucifer can do here. He's got a couple guys to clear off the ball. It's not impossible. I mean, you can just chain this guy up this way. You push him out of here if he needs. Going this way means an extra guard in, so this is a 2 dice block to push him off. And the ball is free, and all these men are free, so the ball can just swing over to the left a little bit, and there's plenty of players available for caging. You might also blitz this guy just so that this man here becomes a cage corner, and you don't have to go too far to the left. You'd like to be central if you can help it, but all these guys are a bit of a problem too. There's no way to really break through anywhere. So early indications seem like it might be a little better for the defense, right? Granted, Purple Chest has lost a player, but Crucifer's offense really isn't going anywhere. Next turn will be big. You've got to prevent a push this way. Which probably means, taking a couple of blocks, knocking people down. Oh, there goes another one. And that's the other power Appo. Just as good as it was on the previous turn. So both coaches have used their Appo early. That's totally fine with dwarfs. You do need to save people, and Crucifer's decision to concentrate his murder on 2 players with Palm instead of 4 players with just Mighty Blow, as PC has done, paid off because piling on is what got him. PC will want to knock down this guy. Maybe you can blitz the player up front here out of the way. That's the lonely Longbeard, the one guy on the entire field who does not have guard. So this is an assist. So that's still a bit of a problem. These guys don't want to come back too far because all of a sudden then the ball can move forward to the left. There's some difficult decisions. We joke about dwarfs and all, but not an easy game. And both coaches have a lot of scope to show what they can do. Okay, so the sideline is going to be open. I don't know if you really want to take it. Oh, he's going to foul too. That's ballsy. I mean, that's just a 1 assist foul on a Longbeard. Which feels a little aggressive. Again, you're down a player already, right? Yeah, this is the defense. Up here, they lost a player to a surf early on. So Crucifer with the ball is rolling 11v10. Again, you can try and come up this way a little bit, but I don't like it. It feels like it'd be too easy for the defense to just squish you off into the sideline here. But then otherwise, if you don't try that, where else do you go? And it looks like he is going to try it. You have chain pushes. It's actually not an easy decision which one to take. You could push this guy out of here and get him off here. That leaves this man a better block. That's what he's done. And you could, I guess, just bring the ball up a little bit. This is a blitzer, so he's going to have extra movement. The way he's done it, probably could have moved the ball first, because then the blitzer would have an extra square to get to. And you're not rolling any dice, so it doesn't matter. And of course, you don't have to protect the back. Probably nobody getting through here. I mean, it's still a little dangerous, but it should be all right. I think what you want to do now is get enough people up over here, and then just kind of push the ball towards the sideline. What you don't want is for the offense to be able to just get 6 squares forward on this next turn. Stalling is not as big an issue in a game like this. Sure, I wouldn't want to give anybody more than one turn if I could help it. But dwarfs don't usually score quickly, especially against another dwarf team with a full set of players. So if you can get a touchdown, and it has to be on turn 6 or 7 or whatever, I think you're usually just happy to take it if you don't have a choice. So yeah, we got a screen. There's no movement up this way. There are enough people here that it's not going to be easy to go up this way either. You have to knock. You could stand him up, knock him down, and then you have a couple of blocks up here, and then ball comes through here, and then there's nobody to protect it. Hard to say, and again, these are 1 minute turns. If you look over the clock, PC has 7 seconds left. I'm sorry, Crucifer has 7 seconds left. No, I got it right. That's the thing about playing a dwarf mirror is you forget who's who. Everybody kind of looks like a dwarf. Alright, not able to knock this player down, so he's always going to be in the way. There's so many tackle zones here. Maybe there's some, again, you can still maybe get some of these guys out of the way if you can clear all of these players, but still might be able to do it, right? You make a block, you follow, then this Longbeard is based, you knock him over, and maybe you just potato. It's not great, but everybody's based, and defense is down to 1 reroll, so we won't be too excited to try things like Longbeard dodges just to get at the ball. And everything, if it does work, you score. If it doesn't work, maybe they can sack the ball, but they probably don't counter score. They're still dwarves. Okay, so Crucifer is just going to try and keep the ball safe for another turn. Safe-ish. There's a frenzy trap, but not a problem. Not really a thing to be concerned about anyway. And that's the dead player. So now it's starting to look a little more promising. Removing that guy, yeah, hooray, he's dead. It doesn't matter, it's res. But the thing is, he's off the field now, and that means a lot more open space through the middle. And PC is running a little low on manpower. If he wants, he can bring this guy back up here to try and cut things off. But that just leaves the side a little undefended. And then suddenly, Crucifer does have enough people to safely go up the sideline. Okay, so that's a big loss. That's one of Crucifer's 2 killer dwarfs. And he's done for the game. It's funny how 1 removal just swings the balance of power, and then 1 removal again swings it right back. And yeah, you gotta eat that. So Crucifer's starting to run out of time, but there's plenty of free players. He should be able to blitz this guy out of the way and then try and run up here with the ball. These guys are lagging a little behind, but they'll sort of catch up. All right. Not a lot of players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If Troll Slayer can't go very far from the ground, but be nice if you could get this guy into that square. But you kind of can't without moving the ball first. Although the ball is free to move, right? You can just take it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or something like that. And then have a couple of guys screening up here. I certainly don't want to blitz with the runner. He does not have block. This is the only skills on this runner is dodge. Okay, it looks like the blitz is going to be with the Troll Slayer just straight up this way. 4, 5. It's another 2 into 1 and a GFI, so it's an ugly trap. But if it works, you're in great shape. Nope, no, he's not even going to try it. He's just going to blitz with this guy. Yeah, so that's a disappointment, but you probably just have to take the push and shove him this way. It means the runner will have a... well, the runner has dodge. It doesn't matter because he'll have tackle on him. Crucifer's gone for the reroll. It still didn't get a knockdown on him. And now he doesn't have the reroll for that. So there may be a way to get at the ball, but this still feels reasonably promising. If nothing else, nobody is going to stop this runner from just going this way, unless you can knock some people down here and base them and hope for the best. Well, this guy can kind of get around. This guy can't reach either. He's a little faster, but he's farther away. At the moment, looks like the offense is going to break through. We may have to roll some GFIs and see what happens. You might blitz this guy, push him around here, end up with the Troll Slayer on the ball. Oh, and he didn't make the dodge. That's your last reroll, and he's gone for it, and he's coming all the way around to one-die the ball. But he failed the GFI. Well, at least being on the ground in that square is in the way a little bit. You'd like to go right through him, but you can't. Although with 2 turns, you don't have to get too far forward. Crucifer's gone plenty far enough. You'll want to do something about this guy, and then put somebody like right here. Probably one of these guys blocks him out of the way, and the other one just moves forward. And then there's really nobody left who can reach the ball. All right, this guy's taking care of it. A little safer. He can do that without having to roll the block first. And Blitz is probably just the Troll Slayer, comes up here and hits this guy, shoves him even farther away. So Crucifer able to push through, and he's going to score on turn 8. A pretty successful half. PC will get his chance to respond in the second half. These games do go to overtime. We do need to have a winner. Here in this double elimination tournament, draw is not acceptable. We are watching Crucifer and Purple Chest here in the first round of the 5th Blitz Pit. They're 1-minute games. These 2 teams are both pre-built to about 1370 TV. The winner will face the winner of Devo and Singolo. It's Devo and somebody, and I've forgotten already. And since not much is happening, let's go look it up. Yes, it is. The winner plays the winner of Devo and Singolo. next. Davo's playing Necro, and Singolo has a dwarf team. Switching things has turned all my skills off, so let's get him back on. It's all right. We've hit a slow point in the game. We're just gonna see Purple Chest take a couple of blocks, I guess, since they're launch, or Crucifer is gonna do his thing and score, and then there's turn 8, which doesn't mean much. We got one dead blitzer on Crucifer's side over here. I'm sorry, I'm looking at them backwards. Purple Chest is a dead blitzer. Crucifer has lost this guy, and there's another injury. That's another guard Longbeard. Both teams use their Apo early on. Both teams do have an Apo, of course. And they both use them early on KOs, which is totally fine. You don't really expect to lose a whole lot of dwarfs, and you lose a guard Longbeard on turn 2 to a KO if you can save him for the whole half, and then 50-50 shot to have him for the second half as well. That's worth your 50k. It just turned out that we've had a couple of casualties afterwards, so it's just that's how it happens sometimes. How is this Thrill Fest going? It's going pretty interesting. Crucifer, his offense was pretty successful. He's killed a couple guys, scored on turn 8. Nothing to complain about. DC is going to be down to 10 players for his offense, 10 against 11. So he's gonna have to show off some skills. Satterfield actually volunteered me for this. I guess this is a long-running joke. Dwarf mirrors. Well, the first couple of Blitz pits rule sets favored dwarfs, and we got a lot of them. And I think I was casting like the final 4 games, and the teams were like dwarf, 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 chorf, and it got a little repetitive, and it was a little funny. But these are 2 very good coaches. I think their teams are pretty similar. And they both have to you have to play well to win this game. It's not a herp derp fest. Coming into the game, I think I would have given Purple Chest a slight edge. He's the dwarf expert, plays them all goddamn time. Crucifer, really more of a dwarf player. Has only got like 4 games in CCL with dwarfs and like 4,000 with dwarfs. But he knows what he's doing, and played the first half really well, so he's got the advantage. It's not much of the advantage after another casualty there, so it looks like it'll be 10 against 10. Both teams started with 12 players. Both have suffered 2 casualties. So 10 against 10. I'm going to go refill my coffee while we wait for the second half. All right, Purple Chest, again, not afraid to throw fouls. That one's much better because there's he's got some assists, but it didn't work out for him. All right, the old 7 assist foul. That's pretty tempting. I don't usually like to foul on and your turn 8 like that after an 8-turn stall. But if you can get if you can get a man advantage, it's pretty important at this point. Okay, so here we are coming into the second half. Crucifer has scored on his offense, and now Purple Chest has to do the same. Each coach is playing without a man. Purple Chest is missing a guard blitzer and a guard longbeard, so he's down to like 7 guard or something. Crucifer has tragically lost one of his 2 killer pieces. That's the Palm Longbeard. Would have been pretty handy to have him, and then just another guard Longbeard. So Crucifer does still have 1 killer, but it's the guy, it's Troll Slayer, so that he has all the obvious troll slaying drawbacks of not having tackle and definitely having frenzy. And of course, armor 8. Reroll on the kickoff to Crucifer. Remember, this is an overtime game. It's the sort of game that could easily go to penalties, so having an extra reroll, it's nice to have one of those in your pocket. So I think Crucifer probably won't want to be too aggressive on defense. If he can just get into positions where Purple Chest does burn a couple of rerolls to maybe score, then in the worst case, you're going into an overtime with a large reroll advantage. You maybe you're at least 1 man down now, and as removals start to pile up, dwarfs don't play it very well men down, so the field becomes a little more open, and you start to lose some of the advantages of being a dwarf. Now I see Purple Chest with his team build, and he's spread his Mighty Blow all over the place. He's got 4 players with Mighty Blow. None of them have Piling On. Whereas Crucifer went with 2 killers with Palm, so the same 4 skills, but concentrated on 2 players. That makes those 2 players a little more effective, of course, but Purple Chest gets 4 Mighty Blow blocks on his line of scrimmage there, and 3 in a blitz, and he gets a removal out of it. Also, of course, Crucifer has lost one of his 2 killers, and suddenly losing 1 man cuts your murder potential in half. So a tough decision which way to go. I think I'd probably rather be Purple Chest setup, but I don't think it's wrong either way. Yeah, Crucifer just kind of standing off on defense for now. I mean, the ball's way the hell back here. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Just ignore it. You just wait around on defense. A couple turns later, the ball will be close again. Now you take a snipe at somebody because you really should. He's going to do it with the Troll Slayer, which I guess makes sense, right? Because you want to palm a man. But the problem is it means you got to dedicate 3 people to making this blitz instead of just 2 for somebody else. Which leaves your team pretty split up, right? You get 3 guys here, 4 screening off here, and then 2 guys on the ground. I mean, obviously, the ball is not just going to come right up the middle. It's going to take a few turns to get there. Oh, he's going this way, which seems fine too, as long as there are 3 players here against 1. I mean, That's a temporary situation, right? Next, you just ignore this. Next turn, he's going to get surfed. You might have to bring this guy over here just to have an extra assist, but then you're free to move back afterwards. Not too worried about this, though. I think maybe the thing to do is just dodge away. You certainly don't re-roll it if it fails, but just dodging away, that keeps this guy on the field, even if he falls down. And then maybe a few turns later, he's managed to find his way back into the game. It's going to take him a while, but it's better than getting him removed. That you can just leave him standing there as a bit of a decoy, right? Again, it takes 2 players to get rid of him, and then eventually you can free up the third one to get back. But it buys you some time, and you can use that time. It's a shame that the kick was so deep, but runner is catching up. Next turn he'll be up here, and with 3 players over here, there's only 6 left to fight all of this. Yeah, so we're doing exactly as described. This guy comes over here, you're going to surf this player, and then he's free to come back. It means you're losing this Longbeard, but this Longbeard is going to be so far away from the action that he may never again participate in important play. Oh my. That surf was so important to Crucifer that he re-rolled POW to try and get it. That is not a move I disagree with. I'd be happy to take a palm knockdown. I guess. Yeah, okay, so he blitzed with the Troll Slayer, so he was hoping to surf him and then be able to reposition a little bit with him. In which case, obviously, you don't want to be palming, because that's when you stop moving forward. And so maybe it's going to be all right, because this guy's now going to be vaguely relevant again. This man, as we said, was able to get back into the middle. And Purple Chest is probably all in on running up the sideline. Not sure about that push, but of course everything's happening very quickly. I think I might have wanted to just shove some more people up and away that way. Yeah, you don't really, I think, want to be pushing your opponent into where you want to go. Unless I'm completely wrong and he does want to go up the middle. Which doesn't seem as bad as it did a turn ago. And again, we removed a man, so that's pretty good. Crucifer is now trying to defend with 8, and PC still has 10. So Mighty Blow has been successful. The spread of Mighty Blow all over the place has not only led to more Mighty Blow blocks, but a little more redundancy. You can blitz with anybody who happens to be conveniently located. And Crucifer is down to 1 guy who has Mighty Blow and piling on, and didn't even really want to pile on over here. Once you're a couple of men down, piling on becomes a little harder to use because you need all your guys standing and in good places, but there aren't very many. guys left. Alright, so Crucifer may have a bit of a brief window of opportunity. He's now stunned this guy. This player is stunned as well, so his 2-man advantage for the next turn or so is null and void. It is nice being able to get this Longbeard started back on his journey towards usefulness again. And you can kind of do a few things. He's going to do some GFIs to hit with his only killing man. Works out for him. So suddenly with both of these guys stunned, that whole avenue up the right is not there anymore. These guys are kind of dangerously in the way. If you just leave them on the ground, there's certainly not much for PC to do. I guess maybe you can blitz this guy and then try and set up in here. Is he going to try and swing all the way to the left? Now, there's nobody left guarding this side. You do have some time, so you can get over to here with the ball if you wanted. And that's what he's going to try. You know, it's not easy when you have 3 players that you can't use this turn. All of a sudden, your big advantage in men starts to look like where'd all my guys go? No. All right, the ball is actually open here. I don't think you can get people in with enough guard to get a reasonable block on this guy. But you could just walk right in and hit him, right? The only player conveniently enough located is this blitzer, or maybe this blitzer. Either way, the guys that don't have tackle, so you don't really want to be throwing shitty blocks against a blodger without tackle anyway. But that's the first thing the eye is drawn to, is that, oh my god, you can just walk right through the middle here. Crucifer letting his time tick down quite a ways here. I don't know if that's we've got an internet problem all of a sudden. No, he just is thinking, because it's not easy to see what to do here. I think you just pour people in and try and umbrella this area. Ignore these guys if you can. All right, so time has run out and nothing's happening. So it's we've got a connection issue, I guess. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe a minor one, because it's still down to 3 seconds. It's a stressful little game here, isn't it? He's got a block, he's got a knockdown, and he's umbrellaing, as explained. This guy can be... He doesn't have to come all the way over here. Just in this area is probably fine. And he gets all his moves off. PC's got some blocks. All of a sudden, this guy is no longer stunned and can get up and move a square. And suddenly it's these two guys that are going to be stuck here for a while. Maybe you hope to come back this way again. Maybe you just take some blocks and protect a whole line here and threaten both sides without actually really going anywhere in this turn. It's still only turn 13. PC's got plenty of time. He's lost some time because of all the stuns on the previous turn, but doesn't have to do anything insane here. This guy might even risk a GFI. It'd be really nice to have him in this square. Alright, and then this Blitz will free. No, Blitz won't free anybody. That's pretty unfortunate. Now it becomes a lot harder to justify a GFI, but still might try it. Just even if you're on the ground in the square, that's pretty good. Alright, inching slowly forward. Crucifer's got a lot of guys on the ground that are going to stand up and have to take blocks. But with all the guard all over the place, he can probably even hit a guy himself. You know, I mean, take a block or two, bring this guy in, maybe blitz one of these people. Maybe even base the ball. Not really all that bad. I feel like Crucifer is maybe a little too insistent on using his Troll Slayer to blitz as often as he can. I mean, sure, it's fine. It's your killer. So that seems like a reasonable thing to do. But there have been points where I feel like maybe there was a better positional play than blitzing with this guy. You don't really expect to get a lot of removals against dwarfs. Yeah, I say that, and over here, Crucifer's playing with 8 against 10. So there have been more casualties than you might expect in a 1350, 1370 TV dwarf mirror. But just because you've lost a few guys doesn't mean you expect to lose more. And that's what we were saying earlier. Well, okay, this block didn't work out, but that's another advantage of spreading your mighty blow around is that you're not so insistent on blitzing with your one remaining killer type guy. If there's another option that's a little more palatable positionally, you can probably do it with mighty blow anyway. PC having trouble getting knockdowns, but he's done that in a way that he can now block with the Slayer without frenzy trapping himself. That stun is pretty good. I'd be tempted to swing back to the right again. There's really no path straight through. But a couple of squares off to the right to threaten going this way. And this runner is just based, so he's making a block. Seems pretty strong for Purple Chest. He's only got 2 turns left now, so he's got to make a decision pretty quickly on his next turn about which way he's going to go and what. But at the moment, he's suddenly threatening both directions. Crucifer can't really stop everything, so PC should be able to roll forward and get himself into a reasonable scoring position. At which point we have overtime to look forward to. I think most of us by now are aware of how Cyanide does overtime, but it's just it's a third half. Somebody's going to get the ball, and if they score, they win. And after 8 turns, if nobody scores, you go to penalty kicks, which is just a coin flip. It's D6 plus however many rerolls you have remaining, so it becomes pretty important to conserve rerolls where you can. Even a single advantage of 1 reroll makes you almost a 2-to-1 favorite to win the penalty kicks. The ball is based, so holy crap, we've got problems. Ball is based. Ball is about to be even bastier. Oh, maybe not. Oh, instant one dice reroll. Just as I was talking about how important it is to have yourself a reroll advantage. Crucifer tries a one die block to end his turn, which is not very undwarfy, but re-rolling it is pretty aggressive. Maybe he's hoping to tie up just enough people so that he gets a shot to win this in regulation time. But it doesn't look promising right now. You're going to clear that guy off the ball pretty easily, and then just go left. And there's nobody around to stop him. You probably make this block. Right. You want to be getting in the way of these people. Maybe, where they have enough people. But that knockdown is nice. It means you can blitz with this guy and then go reposition. Or you can just block straight forward, right, and knock him down. All right, and then this guy's kind of off the screen. But I think well, maybe not. I guess there's also you blitz this guy up here with the Troll Slayer, and then the player is free to move up this way. If you don't want a Frenzy Trap, you just use Troll Slayer as an assist. The way he's done it, he's swung around, so we won't have a lot of movement left. But he can still get a couple of squares. Okay, you won't really... Oh! Push him this way to get an extra block. But I thought you'd push him this way to bring this guy up and around. Although, the screen is pretty solid. So maybe you don't really need that. Yeah, screen is fine. I know what I'm talking about. Crucifer's got no reasonable shot at stopping this score. So, get comfortable. We got more dwarfing. We got more dwarfs. Yeah, there were lots of different ways to free a guy up. Oh my gosh, my stomach. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to hit this guy and hurt him. Maybe I'm not as afraid of him as I should be, but he is really the only killer left. Crucifer's team build, he had 4 skills dedicated to killing people, 2 players with Mighty Blow and Piling On. He lost one of them to a casualty pretty early on in the game, so he's been left with just this Troll Slayer who can try and hurt people. Alright, you can roll some GFIs, base the ball. This player can roll some GFIs, base the ball again. Not bad. I mean, giving yourself a 1 in 9 chance to win. Is there a chain? I don't know if there'll be enough people. One of you guys could get into this square. Yeah, sure. You can put a guy in this square and then blitz him into this runner, knock him down, push him that way. Guy doesn't have block. You'd be hitting him with tackle. Well, that's probably worth trying. He's going to do it this way. That's T. That's fine too. You can blitz this guy. Hope to knock him down. And then push the ball forward this way. Or you push him here. Either way it works. He's going to push the ball forward. And then you just score. So yeah, not a difficult chain to find. A couple of ways to do it. And you'd expect either of these coaches to be able to do that. But, forcing your opponent to roll some dice on turn 16 to score, even if they're not the easiest things to fail. I like doing it my way because you'd be hitting the runner who does not have block. I guess it doesn't make a big difference because block doesn't really help you. You don't get the push. But if you're forced to do a dodge, you might as well get a hit on an 88 guy first instead. Yeah, we got more dwarf on dwarf action. We got a turn 16. We got a 1-turn attempt coming up with 8 dwarfs. And then we got overtime. And buckle your seatbelts. While this is going on, let's switch back here. A couple of games have ended. Colian has beaten Polar Opposite, and Andre has beaten Shawnee. Eliod has beaten Cyber Knight. Those are the only 3 games completed. Gdanik's usually really quick. He's watching everything and updating this in real time. So Colian, our defending champion, has moved on and will fight Andre in the next round. That's one game that's going to happen. Eliod plays whoever wins random guy and Olivier Delac's game. Down in the losers bracket, Shawnee is playing Polar Opposite. So that's that. Let's go back to the game. And let's turn on guard view so you can see that everyone has guard. Well, I know that's what we were all thinking, Skuro. These 2 coaches found a way to give us more dwarfs. You got a whole lot of dice coming up on this guy. You're going to get palmed, son. But 6 dice, not enough to knock a man down. Eight dice will do. So coin toss, as always, in overtime, very important. And it looks like Purple Chest has lost his coin toss. So he's going to be on defense. He'll have a 2-man advantage to try and stop this. Could go either way. Not easy to score when you're dwarfs and you're 2 men down, but it's not easy to score when you're dwarfs and you're 2 men up and your opponent is receiving the kick. So we might be looking at a 24-turn game here. We're definitely getting at least 18 turns. Probably even more than that. I'm sorry, my stomach is gurgling, and I hope my mic isn't picking that up. You probably can't hear it over the sound of my neighbor who's refusing to social distance himself from his chainsaw. I feel like every time I stream, there's a chainsaw running in the neighborhood. There's one guy who is going to have enough firewood for the next 68 years. Oh, Blitz. Where's the kick? It's a reasonably good spot for defense. These guys are all on the wrong side for where the ball is, but it's deep enough that it's not like you're going to run down and catch it. But you can blitz this guy in the end of the line, bring a couple of people down to threaten it. If it scatters somewhere away from the runner, he's not going to be able to pick it up and get safe afterwards. So pretty effective blitz. Where the ball bounces is going to matter. If it ends up close to the runner, he'll have enough time to pick it up and then run a bunch of squares this way. If it bounces the wrong way, then he's in a lot of trouble. And so PC not going to overcommit to the going after the ball, but he'll probably bring at least one player down to this area. No, maybe not. Okay. Here comes the runner. Not going to have any support. He's not going to make the GFIs. And, oh, that's huge. That's a shame. He rolled a double one. He would have had tackle zone on the ball if he had done a little better. So there's more double ones. There. Hopefully you don't need a reroll for the pickup. You got sure hands. But that scatter and nobody in the way means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the ball's going to be perfectly safe. And even if you fail the pickup, he's managed to stun himself. So yeah, you still got to bring some people back. Oh, more skulls. So a lot of bad dice that turn for both teams. I think both coaches will be really upset about what happened to them. But it's still pretty wide open. There's nobody who can get at the ball because this jackass stunned himself. Unfortunately for Crucifer, the ball is still on the ground. And there's nobody near it. You can maybe free one of these guys to come down this way. Doesn't help an awful lot, but it certainly wouldn't hurt. And you still got enough people so that, yeah, I don't think you need everybody up here anymore. Maybe you still have a blitz. Maybe you come in and you can blitz this guy out of the way somehow, and then have both of these men free to move. Tempted to just base everybody. And he's gonna try some more GFIs. Oh, okay. So what he's gonna do now is then blitz this player. It took some dice, which takes some guts when you're down to one reroll and over time, and you've just seen a string of some absurd ones. But he's done all right. You're now forced to blitz this runner, who's the easiest guy on the field to blitz. And yeah, you can't spend your last reroll on that. Dwarfs, it turns out they're not really quite movement 6 and 7. Sometimes they are, and then they're hard to beat, but not always. So Crucifer can get this safe. He needs to bring this guy back to be an assist. Blitz you off the ball. He's got a blitzer who can do that. 1, 2, 3. Don't follow. 4, 5. Maybe even stays in the backfield a little bit. Because now this guy is going to be able to stand up on his next turn. He won't be able to go too far, but you pick the ball up. You're going to be over here, and it's not easy to get to. Of course, 1 and 9 on the pickup now is a problem. But that's always a problem. There's really nothing you can do about it. I guess you could maybe bring the Troll Slayer back to help cover the ball, but I think it's more important to keep this Troll Slayer relevant where he is. So it took a couple of turns, and it was a bit of a mess, but turned out all right. You're certainly not safe here because Purple Chest is going to get a lot of blocks, and it can collapse on everybody. And there's really nowhere to go. Crucifer is still down a couple of players. But this could be a lot worse for him, so maybe not exactly what he wanted, but hey, we can work with this. Alright, these guys both have guards, so everything's a little annoying. You might have to come in and blitz one of them to set up a 2-dice block on the other. Maybe this guy takes a step forward and you can make that block. These two players are still defending this direction. It'd be nice to have a third one in this general area as well, because obviously the only way the ball can go is up to the right. Just got his turn of blocks. Didn't get a lot of success with them. But, you got one stun, and every stun is nice. I guess maybe you take this guy, come down, blitz him now. And then move back a little. Or, maybe this is a good square. Alright, you put him here, Troll Slayer right behind him. And it's not clear where the ball can go. So here's an interesting guard position. If you wanted to blitz this guy, because of the guard, of course you have guard everywhere too, but if you didn't, you'd have to bring an assist all the way around to the back here on the side, and then blitz him from this direction, or because you can't cancel that assist. It's all academic because every single player on both teams has guard, and we're hoping to try and look at interesting guard positions, but it's much less interesting when it doesn't matter because everyone's got a guard. Well, cash prize is $125 for first place, and a total cash prize pool of $250 in U.S. monies. I keep saying that. I know Australia has a version of the dollar that who knows what it's worth, and prize money is coming from Gdanik. It's not all his money. People do make donations. If you're interested in contributing to all of this as well, you can type !Blitz in pretty much any Twitch chat and get a link to, among other things, his Patreon, where you can support things. While I was saying that, Crucifer has just potatoed up the field. There's a good chance that this goes horribly wrong for him, but he's taking a shot at winning. He's even made the GFI. Well, as you say, he had to. Now these guys, that block is good too. These guys are a little hard to free. This guy's a little difficult. You might have to try something like this block to get him out, so that this Longbeard can just come up and one dice a man. But if you're a PC, you've got an emergency just to deal with here. These guys are just a little too far away, and they're all based anyway. If you can free up this guy, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He doesn't have that many squares to move. It'd be cool to get into here, but he can't do it. 2, 3, 4. No, whatever it is, it's bad. This Blitzer, he's a little faster, but he's also farther away. So he might be able to because he doesn't have to dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the Blitzer can get here with just 2 GFIs. Then again, you maybe have this block. Maybe you take the 4+ dodge instead to try and hit the ball. Clock has run out again. I'm pretty sure that's just the internet being a bitch. I finally got rid of this guy, but I'm maybe a little too late to matter. Okay, so we freed these guys up so the Troll Slayer can actually make 2 dice blocks. So that's a little better. Oh, rolled skull. Alright, so now he's just going to do the 1 die. Which 1 die versus a couple of GFIs to make it 2. That's math. That's too hard for me. That's the kind of thing I should just have memorized. I feel like I would have probably tried the GFIs. The problem with doing that is that if you fail, he just scores with no dice and the game's over. So with this not quite working out, you didn't sack the ball, but you got a base 3 times. And there aren't a lot of other dwarfs that can come in and support. Maybe this guy comes in here. You try and block him out of the way and then dodge to score. Yeah, that's not bad. That's just a 1 in 9 to win the game. Is it? Oh no, he's got a GFI as well. There aren't going to be enough people to arrange a chain. And yes, I put a lot of effort into my deceptive stream titles. So I hope you all appreciate them. He's going to blitz with the ball. So that's just a 1 die. And he needs to do it. Now he's going to try double GFI. Oh, failed the first one. You probably have to take the second one anyway. And he doesn't get it. Ugh. Well, it's all right. I mean, what are you going to do? Pick the ball up on Blitzer with the GFI here? You might have to try that. Hope that if you fail, it scatters out and goes somewhere where Crucifer can't pick it up. And there aren't really enough turns left to have a reasonable chance to win. Crucifer obviously would have liked to just won there, but how did Crucifer get the ball? He was receiving. No, purple chest on defense. No, so you want to seal these guys off so nobody can help. So maybe this guy just comes down here and stops. That's not very good though, because it's just another 1 dice blitz and then pick the ball up. So you probably have to try the GFI to get this ball. You can stop in the end zone. You don't have to make the second GFI out. And so I might just hold on to it here. There are going to be some hero plays coming up later, maybe. Neither team has a reroll left. So whatever you do is going to be crazy. But maybe this guy can get down here, heave a pass. Both runners are way down here where they could be scoring threats at some point. But your purple chest, you survived the emergency and didn't just lose when you easily could have. Dice just were not good enough for Crucifer. So yeah, we may get a long bomb eventually. I don't think you want to try it too early. You can take a couple of turns to get guys forward. You still have people free in the middle. And you don't want to be throwing a 6+ pass from right here, having the ball land on the ground because you dropped it, and then just there's a runner right there who can pick it up and score. And of course, Crucifer, if he wanted, well, he's just going to base the ball. He's going to try dodge blitz. He is. Made the dodge, did not make the GFI. Don't hate it. I mean, again, you know, it's just a chance to win. So things have turned silly. This run is now going to be out of the way, and you just run the ball out this way. You can't go very far because he's a blitzer. But you got away from this fellow who's the threat. You're perfectly positioned to stop him. 1, 2, 3, dodge, 5, 6, GFI. He's got dodge, but that's Longbeard, so it doesn't matter. Dice have turned pretty cold for everybody. And if somebody wants to roll some sixes, either team could still win this. But it's looking likely to come down to the old 50-50 coin flip. Who wins? Dio got outplayed by penalty kicks. Yeah, somebody's going to. There are no dice. There is a coin, and if it comes up heads, then one team wins, and if it comes up tails, the other team wins. Yeah, like I say, dice have turned cold. My commentary is slowed down because I don't know what the hell's going on. These guys, nobody's making any blocks around here. There's so much critical stuff happening around the ball. You can't even free him right now. But do you even have to? You can just make a bunch of GFIs with the Troll Slayer and then blitz with the ball carrier, and then let's see, push him there, and then you got a few more squares to get farther away. Oh, an extra one because you got him knocked down and you can follow. So with this player stunned and him on the ground, we've probably done enough SPC to not lose in regulation. So you can try some of these blocks. If you knock everybody down, it's awesome. That's a great start. A 1 dice pow. Stun that bitch. I got him. That means you can block him free, and then you got a scoring threat who's unmarked. Turn 23, you hand off to him. He runs up here. Turn 24, he scores, and Purple Chest just wins. Oh, 3 and 37. How many concessions is that? That's pretty interesting. No, I mean, after this game, we're going to diverge into different games anyway, so I'm going to go interrupt Jim for 10 minutes. That's fine. I don't actually know what I'm going to cover next, if anything. Gadating may have worked it out. We'll soon find out. I don't want to tear myself away from this action to go see what's happening. But yeah, we're going to get 24 turns of dwarfs here, so there's a good chance that, well, at least most of the other games are done, possibly even all of them. PC's got to roll some dice, and if they work, he just wins. That worked. This guy can get out of range, and he's going to win. So we didn't get the full dwarf experience. We're going to get 24 turns of dwarfs, but we're not going to get 24 turns of dwarfs followed by watching dwarfs take penalty kicks. So congratulations to Purple Chest. Commiserations to Crucifer. The game easily could have gone either way. Crucifer played a pretty strong game overall, I think. Just didn't get quite enough dice when it mattered. Remember, nothing else. He had a double GFI to score. Rolled a 1, re-rolled it, and then failed the next one. and that would have been a win for him. 2 GFIs with a reroll is something like 92% to work. So, yeah, you can feel a little hard done by if you're a Crucifer, and certainly commiserations to you. But Purple Chest is going to steal this one in overtime. And he'll move on.